Hey y'all, well today we are at Craters of the Moon National Park, and what you see behind us is a place called Lava Lake. And so Paul, would you tell us a little bit about Lava Lake?
Yeah, even though lava is very porous and soaks up a lot of the water that falls from rainfall, Lava Lake and other lakes in this area have a lot of sediment that's plugged up the holes in the lava. So springs and snow melt from the mountains is able to build up in lakes like this one behind us. And if you look over this way behind us, and you'll see some more of it later on, you'll see a bunch of the lava.
Oh, and also this place was a portion of that other part of the Oregon Trail that we were telling you about yesterday or the other day. And we're going to stop at the visitor center and see what kind of information we can find out. Craters of the Moon has several hiking trails, but if you prefer to just drive it, they do have a one-way loop drive that you can go on. So that's what we're doing right now, and we'll probably go back and do some hikes. The first trail that we're going to do is called the North Crater Flow Trail. Scenery is just wild. Okay, this is an example of what?
Pahoehoe, which is smooth stone.
It's a smooth lava flow. And they always say the theme here is stay on the trail. They said the rock here is very fragile. We're just speculating that this area may have been where the lava bubbled over and then collapsed.
One of the amazing things to me is the amount of vegetation that's growing out of these lava rocks. Look at the size of this tree up here. Okay, this rougher structured lava, instead of the smooth Pahoehoe, this is AA lava. This is lava. It's lava that has a relatively stony and rough appearance. And some of it even forms towers. Let's go forward and look at those towers. So these formations behind me are cinder cones.
Some of the lava flows take on unusual shapes, and this one right here in the middle of the screen reminds me of a huge cow patty. And again, just look at the trees that are growing out of the lava rock. Okay, we're getting ready to climb up one of the big cinder piles to get a good view of what's around us. And this is what we'll be climbing up.
Okay, let's head to the top.
Well, we made it to the top, and look at that view. We're driving to the next trailhead, which will be spatter cones. Okay, this is Inferno cone, and we are getting ready to climb up it.
And off we go.
Onward and upward.
See how the silica and the quartz just sparkle in the sunshine on these cinders. So here we are, we've reached the top. You probably can't hear me because of the wind.
It is quite windy up here. And the wind on top is even more amazing. You can see how Paul's shirt is just flapping. It's pretty. I was standing up on those rocks right over there, and the wind was blowing even harder, and I could hardly take a picture because of the force of the wind blowing me back. These next formations we're going to see are called spatter cones, and the scientists think that they were the ones responsible for the big, huge cinder pile that we just climbed up on. Okay, this first little trail is not very long at all. It's called the Snow Cone Trail, and I guess this is...
I hope we get a snow cone at the top of it.
You think we will?
I doubt it.
Here we come to the inside of it. Wow. Look at that. I'm sure it must go deeper than what? Oh, somebody lost their hat. It blew off and went down there. I don't know if you can see it. But this is so cool. See somebody's hat down there? You didn't have it strapped on. Good. Thank goodness you got yours strapped on.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Is that a chili?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's okay. You got a replacement. I'm glad our hats have straps on them.
Me too. At least that's not as, it may be a little steeper, but maybe not as high as the last one.
Definitely not as high.
Okay, the trail gets a little bit more narrow and steep. Watch your step. Now this one is elongated. Ooh.
Good word. Word of the day, elongated. No, don't jump. No, don't jump. So the magma bubbling out just kind of spilled over into the side and formed those blobs. Hey, this trail that we're on is called the Tree Molds Trail. It's about 1 mile in length. When we get to the end of it, we'll be able to see where lava flowed over top of some trees. And as the trees burned, the moisture they released cooled the lava enough to leave the impression there of the tree. This is a non-paved path, but there's only about 100-foot change in elevation. I'm sure this is an old
Volcano?
Yeah.
Probably an old volcano.
I think so.
Okay, if you'll notice something peculiar about these trees, they're all leaning in one direction. And it's because these trees are can bend and flex with the wind. So instead of trying to grow against it, they grow with the wind. So far we've just been walking through sagebrush and a few trees, but then the trail keeps going through trees, but out where there's no trees, they call that a wilderness area. And if you are so inclined, you can go backpacking in that wilderness area. You have to have a permit to stay overnight, but it's a vast expanse of lava and cinders, and I don't know if I wanted to spend the night. You'd have to have a air mattress or something at least.
Have a heavy pad.
Yeah. So here we've gotten closer to that rugged lava flow wilderness area. So now you can see our trail has turned into the lava bed rock, the lava rock, and the sign is just up the hill. Okay, you reckon this is one of those tree molds?
If you look right there.
Yeah, that's what the sign says, isn't it? Okay, and what we see here are the horizontal tree molds where they fell and burned up. Okay, this is the end of the maintained trail, and you can make your own trail, I guess, or follow where others have been.
Trees.
Yeah, Paul was just saying that some of these flows look like fallen trees, and it said the museum or in the visitor center that's what some of the lava flows look like is trees, because it has a wood texture to it. Our last trail that we're going to do is the Caves Trail. There's only 2 caves down here that you can enter, the Indian Tunnel and
Dewdrop.
Okay, Dewdrop. You need a permit to enter the caves, so we're not going to go in, we're just going to go look at them.
We could have gotten a permit today, but one of the questions they asked, and we weren't entirely sure, so we said yes, was do you have on anything that you wore in another cavern at any time? So we answered as honestly as we could yes, which meant we couldn't get a permit.
Right. So tell us a little bit about these caves before we go down there.
Well, they're lava tubes that the lava continued to flow, and then the lava over top of it solidified. And then when the lava quit flowing completely, these caves opened up.
Okay, this is Dewdrop Cave, and you see the ceiling collapsed, but you can see where it went back a little bit.
But you can go down in there or you can go that way.
I don't know how you would get down in there and get back up.
Very carefully.
And I'm sure at one time this was a lava tube. It was a big one. But you see its ceiling collapsed. Okay, and then this area right here was a lava tube at one time, but its ceiling collapsed like a souffle. The other one we just saw, it collapsed like peanut brittle. Okay, and this is another lava tube that collapsed.
This is Indian tube.
Here's the trail.
And here we have the big Indian tunnel, which was a lava flow tube. Now, we're not going to go into the cave because we didn't get a permit, but you can see that there is light at the other end of the tunnel, and you can walk through there and go out the other side if you're willing to climb up some rocks.
That tube went the other way too.
Yep,
Straight ahead of you.
this tube connects with the other large one that we saw. And this right here is probably another tube that goes somewhere, but if you go in there, you have to have a flashlight because it gets dark. We hope you've enjoyed this little adventure through the past and the present. So I'm Sarah.
And I'm Paul. We're going to go with the flow couple. And as always, we say,
Bye, y'all.